We've been hearing a lot about plasma donation and the use of plasma for COVID-19, but it's been around for quite some time. To talk a little bit more with us on this topic, Darren Baker. He's the manager for BioLifePlasma Services in Livonia Center. Thank you for being with us.
For having me. I'm glad to be here.
So tell us exactly, what does BioLifePlasma Services Center do?
Great question. One of the nice things about our name that's right in the title, BioLifePlasma, we have our donors come into our facility. They're able to, up to twice in a 7-day period, donate their plasma, and then from there on, we're able to use that plasma to help make many life-saving therapies.
So how long does it take when you donate plasma? Is it like giving blood?
It's a little bit longer than giving blood. The process, I won't go into too much detail, but we draw out your whole blood from the body, separate the plasma from the red blood cells, and then return the red blood cells back to the donor. An average donation visit length is about 45 minutes to an hour.
So do you get cookies at the end and in a juice box like when you give blood?
So thankfully, with BioLife Plasma Services, because of the extra time and commitment, we're able to compensate our donors for each donation.
So with that, Darren, when it comes to the process, is it painful though? I mean, anytime needles are involved, I get a little queasy.
Oh, I understand that. I myself, when I first started, I felt the same way. The very first step in the process, there actually involves a little finger poke, and I hear all the time that finger poke is actually worse than the needle.
What? So I have seen some of these plasma centers, and you'll see a line out the door of people willing to donate. What is the screening process like?
Yeah, so very first step, especially with all the things that are happening on just in the outside world right now, we are doing temperature screenings right as soon as our donors enter our facility. From there, they do an electronic questionnaire where we ask basic questions about their health history, any surgeries, tattoos, medicines they may be taking. From there, we'll do that finger poke that I talked about, where we'll test the blood to make sure it's in a nice range for a healthy, safe donation. We'll do a blood pressure reading, again, just making sure you're in a good spot to donate with us, and then you're out onto the donor floor.
So with that, how many people can you process at any given time? I know that when you give blood, sometimes they'll do them in like a big arena or someplace like that. Or are you a smaller location?
So we just actually opened up, this is our first week of being open. My facility is able to process up to 60 donors at a time, but starting off, they kind of ramp us up. So right now I can get about 30 people in at a time.
So how'd you get into this line of work?
That is a question that I ask myself every day. No, I'm just kidding. I was managing a grocery store, and I love managing people, but I wasn't getting that kind of satisfaction from it, from what I was looking for in my day-to-day life. And what we do here really does help save lives. So I get to leave every night knowing that what I did helped change someone's life for the better.
That it really is a good feeling. It helps with those little frustrations that you may encounter throughout the day when you can say, hey, someone benefited from what I did today. And so how big is the need for plasma right now?
Right now, just like every other business in the world, when the pandemic hit, it hurt us. Our donation numbers dropped tremendously, but the need for plasma has only grown more since then. So that's kind of why BioLife has been opening up new centers everywhere. My center here in Livonia is just the 3rd in the Detroit area and the 8th in Michigan, and there's no plans for stop expanding anytime soon.
You're listening to and watching the MegaCast on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. We're speaking with Darren Baker. He's the manager for BioLife Plasma Services Center. And so when it comes to the process, where does the plasma go once it leaves your center?
Yeah, there's actually several refractionation plants within the BioLife network where all of that plasma is pooled together after it goes through multiple screenings to make sure that it's nice, healthy, safe plasma to be manufactured into those life-saving therapies that I mentioned.
It really is fascinating when you think about it, but I know it's been used for years to help people with health issues, but we really didn't hear about it before COVID-19.
Yeah, there's and it's really a lot of the diseases that we do help cure and treat are more rare and just lesser known diseases out there. So thankfully, with just with this need for other uses of plasma, it's kind of helped push us into the forefront a little bit more to get people talking about all the things plasma has already been used for and things that it can be used for in the future.
So, how many times can a person donate plasma? Is it once a week, once a month, once every 6 months?
So the easiest way to think about it is up to twice in a 7-day period. There has to be also at least one day in between each donation. So you could do like a Tuesday, Thursday, or a Tuesday, Saturday within the same week.
So, do you pay for plasma donations?
So because of the time and effort that we want our people to be able to donate with us, we're able to compensate them for that.
That's a nice way to put it. How much?
That kind of depends on, it changes from week to week, month to month. If someone would like the most up-to-date version of what it is, they could head to BioLifePlasma.com or they could give us a call here at the center.
Darren, you know it's Girl Scout cookie time. I might need some cookie money. So is it enough that I'm going to be able to buy like 3, 4, 5 boxes? What are we talking about here?
I think that's going to depend more on how much cookies you're looking for. So let's just say for me personally, I'd be fine getting all the cookies I need with how much people are able to donate.
Okay, so obviously right now it's COVID-19, social distance. So what other procedures are taking place right now? Do you test plasma for COVID-19? How does that work?
That's a great question. So just to start with that very first part, we are doing extra guidelines in order to make sure it's a safe time for both our donors and our employees, and also for the plasma that is being sent out, because again, these therapies are for people who already have diseases, and we do not want to hurt their chances anymore. So like I mentioned in the beginning, we are doing temperature screenings for both employees and donors when they enter the facility. We are practicing social distancing as many locations as it's humanly possible. And we also are requiring masks for both our donors and employees while on site.
Darren Baker with us. He is the manager of BioLife Plasma Services at their Livonia Center. And Darren, after someone does give their plasma, does donate plasma, and after it is tested for COVID-19, as you just spoke about, who does it go to? Does it go to individual doctors' offices or health systems for their use on patients? Does it go to state or federal resources? Who are you sending people's plasma to?
That's a great question. So with convalescent plasma, something that you hear quite a bit, there's really two different uses for that plasma. Our use for plasma is what I talked about, where we pool it all together, and from there we're able to make our medicine from. And then there's also some other facilities where they're collecting that plasma and then it's being used right away for various reasons. I would recommend anybody who wanted to get a little bit more information on it to visit thefightisinus.org, and it talks about different facilities that are collecting plasma specifically for COVID-19 and all the other different ways you can help donate and help make a real difference in the world.
And we've seen some really uplifting and emotional stories at the beginning of the crisis from individuals that had COVID, and then as part of their recovery, they donated the plasma because plasma helped them recover as well. How is that process done? You don't know where the plasma is going, so I can't say, hey, I want to take my plasma and donate it to my mom, can I?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So like I mentioned, our plasma is used to help make medicine from it. if someone wants to specifically use their plasma for that convalescent plasma that you just spoke of, where they received a plasma treatment, they would need to go to the fightasinus.org and check out what other plasma centers are able to help them with that.
And Darren, I also wonder, because right now so much focus is on the vaccine. It seems like we have kind of forgotten about the treatments that are out there, but also some of the trials. I believe, was it Wayne State was taking part in a convalescent plasma trial right now as well. We're forgetting that we still need plasma. So are you anticipating that there is going to be kind of a dip in donations as the world starts to focus on the vaccine and not so much the treatment right now?
I don't foresee that. I think right now we are fighting to get more donations in, getting our name out there, getting a little bit more media coverage. And once people are in our facility, they tend to stay a little bit because they're like, okay, yep, this was an easy time for me. I'm able to get some little extra Girl Scout cookies than what I was anticipating for the year. And I also had that feeling in my chest where I know what I did helped save a life today. So the real right now, with us getting more of our name out there and getting more people donating, I think that's just going to increase the amount of donations.
Well, I'll tell you, Darren, you put a little bit of extra folding pocket in an individual's pocket, but also on top of that, they get to leave knowing that they are helping someone. That's two wins, really, in everyone's book. Hey, quickly, where can people find you?
Yep. So my center is located on 29959 Plymouth Road, Livonia. We just opened this week, so we're looking to get as many donations in as possible, get our numbers ramping up. That way I can get more capacity to get more and more people in here so we can save more and more lives. If they want to, they can also just go to BioLifePlasma.com. They'll put in their address, and it'll show them what the nearest facility is where they can donate at. Or if they would like just to give me a call here at the center, I'd be more than willing to answer any questions that they might have. And my phone number here is 734-452-0137.
So, Darren, do they need an appointment?
We do recommend having appointments because it makes the process a little bit more smoother. You know when you need to be here, and you can kind of gauge how long you're going to be here and then plan the rest of your day out.
So
right now we are, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish.
I would say that we are also accepting walk-ins at this time too, just because, again, the need for plasma is catastrophic. We want as much donations as possible because, like I said, there's a lot of people out there that need our therapies. So we want to capitalize on anything that we could get in.
And so with that, what does a person need to bring with them other than a mask? I would imagine you need to wear a mask, but do they need an ID, anything else?
Yep, so what they'll need is a valid state ID. So typically people will bring in a driver's license. We also need proof of Social Security. So if they have their Social Security card, that's great. I know tax time is just happening, so if they have their W-2 that has their social on it, that works as well. And then if they have moved recently within the last 60 days, we do need a piece of mail that has their new address on it. That way we can confirm where they're living at.
And what's the youngest age that someone has to be in order to donate?
The absolute minimum requirements for donation is 18 years of age and at least 110 pounds.
Great. Good information. We appreciate you taking time to be with us.
Absolutely, and I'm excited to get people here at Livonia. That way I can see all the people come in and help save lives.
And plus, everyone likes a brand new facility.
I've been to a lot of different BioLife centers in my travel with the company. I'm telling you, this is the best looking center that's in the network. So they can come here and tell me otherwise, but it's just an absolutely gorgeous building.
Well, go see Darren over there at the BioLife Plasma Services Center in Livonia. Donate your plasma, help someone. It's a great program you guys have over there. Thank you for being with us, Darren.
Thank you. I appreciate it.